On September 7th and 8th, 2019, we had the PPG Orlando Regional Championship. With 2 days of competition and 140 plus players in attendance, this was a pretty large event. The first day had 7 rounds of play before top 32 had been decided. There's one event that took place, however, that has a few people causing quite a stir, so let's talk about it. Before we go into things, just note, we're not accusing any of the players involved with purposeful misconduct, we're simply recapping what happened, and how we can learn from this. Also, all footage used is property of PPG, and I highly advise going to support their Twitch channel, link in the description, for all the great work they put in. Anyway, let's get into it. It's Game 3 in the Top Cut semi-finals, and the winner is due to head into the Grand Finals, with a lot on the line. This being after a long day of high-level competitive play and an entire day of play the day before. Robert Rietzi, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name, has come up with a plan. If he can bring out Fu, the Dark Banisher, for 4 energy, he could deal a lot of damage to his opponent's hand or potentially push for lethal, with Jordan only on 2 life. So the first thing he needs to do is combo out some cards in order to fuel his drop area for Overrealm. His plan is to combo out 4 cards on his Burst Attack Son Gohan, and 1 more on his Digging Deep Vegeta after hopefully picking up a combo card from the 2 life he would take. There's one problem. This card right here. Double Shot Vegeta, a staple in any Pan deck. It's a 1-cost 10k combo card that allows it to be played after it's comboed with, from your hand. We can see the card in his hand several times, including here. And when he chooses to combo, it's the very top card in the combo area. Right there! It's not hiding or anything. Jordan is forced to take that 1 crit damage, and the turn proceeds normally. However, Robert didn't pay 1 energy for his Vegeta, nor did he play it. It seems he counted it as just a 5k combo power. Robert then swings with Digging Deep, taking 2 life and swinging in, when finally, Twitch chat comes to save the day, mentioning that he never paid for the combo. This leads to a long, lengthy discussion-style debate as they attempt to find where the card came from, as Robert denies comboing with it. Many excuses and recaps happen while a team of judges tries to figure out the best way to move forward. The thing is, the game state has become irreparable. Both players have taken and revealed private card knowledge, being life. Whether intentional or not, Robert has made an irreparable game state, which by judge ruling dictates a game loss. If you followed the DBS scene, you know plenty of high-stakes games that have come down to an irreparable game state and an unfortunate loss. These also tend to happen a lot later in the day. You're tired, you're getting a little burnt out, and after focusing for hours straight, you have a lapse in judgment. It happens. The real mystery here isn't how Robert could do such a thing, but how the situation was handled suboptimally. Here's how the situation ended up. The judges talk to both players, and they agree on a logical turn of events that led to them getting where they are. Robert denies comboing with the card, and Jordan didn't seem to notice at the time, and apparently the judge watching the table also didn't see anything. So they come to the decision that, alright, the card must have miraculously fallen out of his hand or from the top of his deck and perfectly landed in the drop area. Easy. Give him the card back, restore the board state as best we can, and let the semi-finals play out. But, hold on. Damage has been taken. Cards have been drawn, attacks resolved. The game state, by definition, is irreparable. The decision here by the judge team was a wrong one, by definition of the rules. But if anyone is allowed to make decisions like this, it's the head judge, who handled the entire dispute as fairly as possible. Also, remember what I said earlier about this being an intense time of competition? Well, the judges are working just as hard, so if we're understanding enough to allow mistakes from players, we definitely shouldn't be too harsh on these badasses that give their free time for a game to not even play it. They're the real heroes of the scene, so don't go and get your pitchforks just yet. As I mentioned earlier, we're not throwing anyone under the bus, we're looking at what went wrong and how we can improve in the future. For starters, we had this statement during the stream.
So we have to pretend we don't have a camera and we can see everything in life, right? So we have to play, from both players' knowledge.
I can understand why, but at the same time, why not? You have this amazing repository of information and evidence to look back at, but players on stream don't get the safety or reassurance of looking back at the footage? The stream is primarily for entertainment of those not at the event, true, but why not also have it as an asset for keeping the game state fair? Similarly to how, let's say, if a witness was watching the game, he could provide accurate information regarding how a play happened. Would he be ignored? Would a judge be ignored? We're being dramatic here, of course, but at the same time, if it's for the fairness of the game and the safety of both players involved, then why not let it be used? Also...
And since this is a live stream, I cannot rewind it, go back to check it.
Really? Don't sell yourself short, broadcasters. You've got this. I mean, we managed just fine, and we don't even own the channel. We're in the Southern Hemisphere, and we handled it. You guys have got this, definitely. The reaction of the Twitch chat was pretty extreme, and we definitely don't want to endorse this kind of behaviour, but here's how we can improve. Number 1. Irreparable means irreparable. If Robert didn't make that mistake, he could have won quite fairly, and after the rewind, he ended up winning and going to the finals. However, he created an irreparable game state, which should have resulted in a game loss. The judges disagreed, however, which is a bit of a shame. I don't know if Jordan deserved the win, but if someone misplays and causes the game to break, they are at fault, regardless of intent. Also, Robert had the card on the top of his combo pile. I don't think he was being shifty or dodgy, I think he just let it slip his mind, as did Jordan. Regardless, you break the game, you should be ruled against. Number 2, stream replays. This is a valuable asset not currently being used to its maximum efficiency. The amount of time spent recapping and taking the player's word for it, which in this case, both of them were incorrect, is ridiculous. And a simple rewatch of the VOD could have solved everything almost instantly. It seems stupid not to use it if that's the case. Feel free to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As we finish up, a big shout out to the broadcasters, judges, organisers, and everyone else at PPG for making such a kick-ass event. As an Australian, I haven't made it to a PPG event yet, but one can dream. Congrats to Dehan for taking the win, of course, and also, big thanks to the Cybermen for having me on the deep dive. It's been a pleasure. Remember to subscribe to the Cybermen for more DBS content. My name is Jason OCE, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.